lost your magic? Welcome to Tools to Create a Better Life with myself, Glenyce Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful for you. Do you know I've had a radio show for 10 years and 1 month? I forgot to celebrate on my 10-year anniversary, which was in July of 2023. So how cool is that? And you can actually access every one of them on my webpage. If you just go to 𝘗𝘗𝘯𝘗𝘮 and then I think it says radio show or podcast on the top, and you can access every show. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so have you felt like you've lost your magic? I've heard this from so many clients recently and really wanted to talk about what that actually might be. First, what you want to do is acknowledge that you can't lose something that you are or something that you be. And you be magic. You are magic. So you can't lose it. So first off, know that. The other thing, if you can hear it in the background, is there's some sweet puppies walking around. So you might hear them and they might get up and get excited and you might really hear them. So, so we will see. Anyway, so yes, first off, you cannot lose your magic. It's impossible. Now, what can be occurring, and I would say in probably 90% of the cases with the clients who came in as that, something to shift, is that they actually had like expectations of what things should look like. And because they didn't turn out the way they expected them to, they felt like they lost their magic. And yet one thing I know for sure, and this is something you got to check with you if you know it for sure or not, or if it's true, even true for you, because it may not be. But one thing that I know for sure for me is the universe always has my back. I know there's a million times, probably a billion times, that I would have fought that statement, and I do really truly know that to be true. The universe always has my back. So when things aren't turning out the way that I would like them to, it's not that I've lost my magic. It's that I've decided, I've judged, I've concluded that one way is the only way. And the universe is going, well, let me show you another way, my friend. Not sure that the universe talks like that, but I like to think it does. And so if you look at that, if you look at the areas or the area or areas, whatever you've got. Now, if you're watching this on video, I keep shifting because the chairs here are really high. If you're a short girl, you're gonna know what I'm talking about when I say I've actually got a stool to put my feet on, because otherwise my feet just hang. So it's annoying. So anyway, I keep shifting to get them better suited on the stool. Anyway, so what you want to look at with that is, is there possibly another way in terms of what you've decided? Like if let's say your money isn't going the way you would like it to, is it possible that you've decided it should be a certain way when really, it's something different? So a lot of times people will say lose a job and they decide they're not magical because they lost that job. And yet, what if the universe totally has their back and is inviting them to something greater? And this is something I've been saying now for months and months, probably actually since the beginning of this year, when I had a friend going through something which felt like the end of the world to her. And I just kept saying, yes, totally feel it now. And let's talk about it in 6 months. And I don't mean I wasn't willing to talk with her about it in the meantime, but just, let's not judge it as the worst thing on the planet yet. Let's give it some time. And the universe totally had her back, let me tell you. Just amazing, amazing ways. Now, I don't mean every time, and I don't mean if you're going through shit, you should, what's it called? Bypass it. I think they call that, when you go, oh no, it'll be better. It'll be fine. That's not what I'm talking about at all. But it also, if you're in that judgment of, I'm not magical, I've lost my magic, or maybe you're, in the extreme of, I've never been magical, it's possible that you're looking through the lens of, this is the only way, this is the one way, this is it. And the universe is over here going, but let me show you some magic. So really what I suggest that you look at is those areas I said earlier, where you're not feeling magical or like you've lost your magic. Okay, so what is actually going on? Okay, so let's say you've lost your job. Okay, so that's what's going on. Okay, be with that. Have all the things, have the emotions, the upset, the anger, the whatever it might be, and maybe it's a bazillion different things. Have that, be that, allow that, please allow that. And then, all right, okay, universe, show me. Universe, show me. Yeah. And then start looking at, all right, so what action is required? So let's say you would like a job similar to what you had. So then of course you go looking at those places where they would have those, along with universe, show me, because it might come from a different direction. It might come from a different place than you never imagined. You might get the idea to go for coffee at an unusual coffee shop for you. Maybe you usually do Starbucks and you know, I don't know, you go to Tim Hortons or something if you're in Canada. Although I think I saw one in Ireland too. I do think that they're different places, but anyway. So what you want to look at with that is following the energy also while taking what I'm going to call the logical action, the things you know to do. So step one, feel the feelings, be present with what is. Of course, don't bypass, don't pretend, don't go into, you know, the what we might call the positive thinking, like, oh, well, this is for the best, because that's not kind to you. Be with what is. And then next, okay, so what action is required? Start looking at the logical action. All the while, universe, show me. Universe, how many ways can you surprise and delight me with the magic showing up today? Like, allow yourself to receive from the universe. Include the universe. Now, if you're not new here, you've heard me say this a million times. And if you're new here, I just want to explain how I see the universe. The universe is definitely, you know, this beautiful home, nature, all the people on the planet, including me, all the people not on the planet, all the energies, all the angels, all of the energies beyond the planet. It's everything. The universe is everything. And so when we're inviting the universe in, receiving from it, it's including us and everything. Yeah. Like, imagine having that as, you know, your resource. Ooh, I like it. Yes, the universe as your resource. I have a program, we'll put a link to it. It's called Allowing the Universe to Be Your Sugar Daddy. It's from a few years ago. It was such a fun program to put together. So we'll put a link above or below if you want to go grab that. It's so fun. It's just one of those things that I just love, because that's what it can be, but not from the place of I'm just gonna sit back and wait for the universe to be my sugar daddy. It includes you. It includes you. So first, feel it, be it, receive it, whatever feels like, you're not being magical. Yeah. It's okay to be there. It's okay to be in that. It's okay to have all the feelings and all the whatever might be with that. Just be there. Then logical action. Okay, what's required? If we're talking about losing a job, okay, so where can you start applying? Now, the other thing too is it might be, let's say you lost your job and it's between putting food on the table or not. So then maybe you don't just apply for the jobs that sound really fun to you. Maybe you apply for anything to get that done. And so this is a totally different energy that you want to be aware of, because we want to make sure that, like the universe, we have our own back. So we don't say, well, that job, that's below me, I'm not doing that. If you can't eat next week, if you can't pay your rent next week. So there's times that you might have to do, like, I don't know, not be a little bitch. So you actually go, okay, no matter what, I'm making sure that there's food on our table next week. So I'm going to go apply for that job that I know I would get. All the while applying for the other ones you'd really love also. So it's also not about being kind of in the fantasy of, well, I'm just going to ask for it and it's going to show up. No, if you won't have money to eat next week, then you go do whatever the heck it takes to get that done, while taking other action, applying for the fun jobs, maybe the jobs that you're not even totally qualified for. Apply for them too. If they light you up, if it feels yummy, apply for them. And then number 3, all the while, including the universe, asking, hey, universe, how many ways can you surprise and delight me? I know I've covered these again, but I'm covering them again so that you can start getting that whole idea that you're not magical is really a lie. Sorry, just saying it like it is, my sweet friends. I'm just saying it like it is. It is a lie. It's just, what have you defined as magical in that situation? And is it time to really change that? Is it time to maybe get more present with what is? You know, you've probably got so many examples, I know I do, of my own life where it's like, oh, it has to be this way. I remember a time really wanting this job it was actually going to be in Saskatoon. It was on a psych ward in a prison. My background is psychiatric nursing, and I really, really wanted the job, and I didn't get it. Now, we could say I wasn't magical, except when I didn't get it, what it did was inspired me. I'd already started this business. This is back in 2002. Actually, I think I started my business in 2002. This was probably 2003 because I'd been running my business for 6 or 7 months, and it just wasn't going the way that I would have loved it to go. And I'd come to the end. I'd had a small business loan, and I was coming to the end of that money. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And so applied for this job, and I didn't get it. And I would have told you I wasn't magical. And really what it was that not getting it inspired me to actually get my butt going in the business and really make the business the success that it is. And had I got that job, I would have never done that. So we all have stories like that. So if we stop judging it as not magical, then what is it actually? What could we actually acknowledge at those times, and then start taking those steps? Because I don't mean you just sit back and wait. Believe me, I am not saying that. But you do want to recognize that it's not that you're not magical. If you are like me, you know the universe has your back. Universe includes you. So there's something else. So start taking the action, start taking the logical action, and start including everything to contribute to you acknowledging, receiving, being the magic that you truly be. So have a great week, sweet friends. Sessions are still on sale. Link is above or below. If you don't see a link, reach out and I will get it for you.